In today's video, I'm going to show you the most powerful hero and weapon combination. Now, the traits of these heroes, that's the strategy, is in their traits. I'm going to go over that. The weapons are the power of what we're doing. You'll see that in a second. Now, the trait for Yumiko, we all understand it as it's the firing squad trait. And what that means, we all know. It means whoever is shooting, since she's in the lead position, everybody gets a shot off. But the important thing is the order of when Yumiko shoots, or when Princess shoots, or when Shane shoots. So go ahead and write this down in a little chart. Just use like a Y for Yumiko, an S for Shane, and a P for Princess. If Yumiko shoots first, the next person to shoot is Shane, and the last is Princess. If Shane shoots first, then it's followed by Yumiko, then finally Princess. If Princess shoots first, then it's Yumiko, and then Shane. It's important because we need to go on to the next hero, Shane. Let's go at his trait is exploding bullet. Okay. Now the key to it is that explosion is a very powerful explosion when it's the killing shot. Right? If the walker has a large hit point number remaining, then you might need all three of these to take a shot for the killing shot to happen, or just two of these. Because with Yumiko's trait, if one hero shoots and the walker dies, the other two do not shoot because the walker is dead, the one that was being aimed at. If the hit points are such that it's not dead after the first person shoots, but it does die after the second person shoots, again, the third person does not take a shot. So you have to calculate when, how many hit points you have, and what it'll take to get to the killing shot. That's going to be different for everybody. You're going to have to learn it a little bit as you get started with this strategy. If you have level 32 heroes, or if you have level 25 heroes, it's going to be different. But you know this range, and that's the part of the strategy. So let's move on from Shane's trait to Princess. Now, she, inside of her trait, the ramping rape, Royal Rampage is what they call it. But the part that I'm concerned about is that it has a chance for an extra charge point. So with that, let's jump to the weapons. What you want is to always get the longest distance and the widest range, not only for the assault weapons, so you can cause as much damage as possible and to as many walkers as possible. For example, I'm using with Yumiko the Blizzard pistol. You see that she can possibly get up to 9 walkers in one shot. The very wide range and long distance range for Princess's assault rifle. That's what I chose. And mine's a special one called the Code Orange. Both do great with this strategy, regular assault rifle or the Code Orange. The Code Orange is just a little bit better. And Shane, I've got the Blaze Guard bazooka. And again, you can see they can do up to 9 walkers. All right, so what you need to do, the most important thing is to understand that step 1, you check the walker's hit points. See, I've got this one down here, even though it started with 1.26 million hit points, it's down to 80. So I'm going to use that in the first example here in a second. But you see we've got another one next to it. It's 180. And just behind it, we're back at 1 million. Fold up. Million over here, million, million. All the way up. Okay. This guy, again, he's only a level 49. But the others are up to like level 61. So, step 1, check your walker's hit points. Step 2, calculate for Shane's exploding bullet. And step 3, keep Princess charged. All right, let's take a look at the board. On the left, you can see Princess is not fully charged at the moment. So I'm going to always shoot, if she's not charged, I'm going to always shoot with either Princess or Shane first, because she is also going to shoot as long as I aim at somebody that has a high enough hit point number so that all three can get a shot off. And since she's the one that shoots last when I shoot with Princess, for example, I mean with Yumiko, I need that shot to be taken so that wherever I'm aiming in here, the more walkers that are encompassed in this range, the higher the chances of her to get that charge point. And sometimes a second charge point and a third charge point all in one time, just because there's more walkers encompassed in that range. So if I aim down here, look, there's less encompassed in her range. So I want to shoot with Yumiko or Shane into an area where she's going to get maximum. This guy right here. See how everybody's in that range now. I didn't even leave this guy out. So here we go. All right, he's gone. That wasn't the goal. The goal was, you can see that Yumiko is now charged. I don't need to use a charge over here, so I'm going to leave it for a second because of the range of that killing shot that I want to use for Shane's exploding bullet. All right, I don't have anybody here. I'm just going to aim out here with my and stun everybody in this range because I'm using the charge. All right, they're all sitting here. This one's down to just under 1 million, but everybody's still up pretty high. All right, that guy's down to 70, but this guy's still 159,000. That's key for me because with my levels and so on, that's the range that if I use Princess, then according to the order here, Princess, then Yumiko, then Shane. Shane will be the final shot. I need all 100, somewhere between 100 and 170,000 hit points for the exploding shot to happen on when Shane's turn to shoot is. So if I aim here, you'll see that explosion should happen. Okay. Now, nobody was next to him. No other walkers were next to him. So that wasn't that exciting, but you can see how I calculated that. Okay, now this guy can also explode again, just with Shane only shooting. But there's nobody adjacent to him, so there's probably not going to be any other damage to anybody. Sometimes it reaches this far to the walker with a space between them, but usually not. It can reach that far if there is a walker between these two, only because the explosion of the one between them also the explosion of that walker sends hit points out to the following walker, the ones adjacent to it. All right, here, just yeah, see, no effect whatsoever. Yeah, no effect. All right, so moving along, checking is step 1. So I've got some here that are down to 900,000. I've got this guy at only 200 and something, but there's nobody next to him, so that's not exciting to show. I'm trying to teach something here. 24,000. Good. I'm going to show something with this one. If my Princess is charged and I shoot with her first, then my range jumps up. This 200 and something is within that range. for the third person to shoot, which is Shane, to be the killing shot. All right, so use a charge shot out to here. And the effect, as we saw just a second ago, these guys were still at 1 million, and we're down. And that was a little less powerful than most of the time. Again, it's a roll of the dice. Let's just keep playing along with it. I'll use the second one here because that will also cause the exploding bullet. You see the order, how they shot and when the explosion happened. All right, these guys are still just barely under 1 million, all of them. But you got to check around because that's the whole strategy. All right, so I'm going to start focusing on one of these walkers, and that's what you'll need to do. All right, let's focus on this. I'm going to use, hey, she's charged. Let's use it. We're down to 5. We're down to 3. She gets another shot. This is going to be pretty close to what I want. Yes, between that 100 and 170,000, like I said. So if Princess could shoot at this moment, I'm up, but nobody's going to be coming running at me, so nobody's moving. That's going to stay exactly like it is. If I shoot now without worrying about, yeah, she's charged, but let me just show you a point here. Let's see the effect of these other guys that are at, there's over, just under a 500,000, just under a 500,000, 270. With a charge, I could use that one, but let's show you the weaker shot. But still, we're looking at basically 1 million here, over a half, well over a half. We're going to shoot here, and the exploding bullet will cause that kind of damage. You see how it can be the most powerful technique. Down here, we're again 175. I might be able to, with all 3 shooting, this one, it's not going to be an exploding bullet. Well, it might. There's a chance. Yeah, it did. And it affected this person and this walker. But we're only down to 400,000, so it's not going anywhere. It's just going to weaken them. There we go. All right, we're coming out at level 50 now. And you can see how Princess is charged every turn. By the time you finish everybody shooting 3 different times, which means Yumiko has shot 3 different times, and with this weapon, she's encompassing many walkers each time, the percentage chance of her getting fully charged is extremely high. So I like to try to use up that charge right away. If it's already there, then I choose to use her first so that my next few shots will get the charge again. Look at that. She's already charged. All right. Yep, she's already charged. So here, again, that's within my, if she's charged, range for an exploding bullet to happen. And these behind her that were up over 1 million are nicely damaged. I'm going to focus on one again, try to reduce it to the point where when I finally get to use my exploding bullet, it's going to take out all its adjacent brothers and sisters. All right, so where's the one I've been picking on? This guy right here. He's already at 80. Okay, that's I said my range was somewhere around 100,000, 170. This squeaks in at the low edge, actually, most of the time. So I'm going to just show you again without using her charge. She's charged again. Like I say, it's almost like magic. Yeah, we get this exploding bullet. And everybody around her. There were many of them that were right at 1 million hit points dead. That's the technique. Step 1, check your walker's hit points. Step 2, calculate for Shane's exploding bullet, which means use the correct order because of Yumiko's trait. And then you're going to keep Princess charged. So make sure that if she's not charged, you're using the other 2 to fully charge her. Hope that helps. We'll see you in the next video.